Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great weekend, safe weekend. Let's make it a great week, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. To begin a great relationship, know what you want. Know what the needs of your body are, what the needs of your mind are, and what fits well with you. There are millions of men and women, and some of them will make a good match for you, and others won't. The two of you only need to be like a key in a lock, a match that works. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials down 128, NASDAQ off 10, S&P's off 8. Gold contract down $10.40, trading at $1,328 an ounce. Silver down 12 cents at $21.71 an ounce. Platinum down 15 at $1,404 an ounce. Copper flat at $3.31 a pound. Light sweet crude off 55 cents, trading at $102.31 a barrel. Bonds flat at $133.13. King dollar down 62 at 80.31. The euro is trading at 135, and the yen is at 98.26. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Well, I know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look. What do we have out here? Okay, so we got down to 1674 out here today. 1672 wants to get whacked. So this is what you have, folks. You have, first off, if we start at the very top, on Fed Day the 18th, takes the high out, which took out the swing point of the 2nd. So that level right there is still saying, guess what? 1776 wants to get hit. That's the upside. What the market tried to do out here today and still didn't actually get it done was 1672. There's a gap right there. I was trying to fill it. Got to 1674. If we take a look at the SPY, what you have with the SPY, she comes down today. Accelerated volume. We get 134 million shares. That was going into 159 million, as well as going into 252 million from August 15th. So your benchmark out there is August 15th as well as the 9th on the way down. And then what you have, folks, is this, is that you have the May 22nd level. So, and in this whole context, you have the expansion of volume. You're coming into 2 separate gaps with lighter volume, and that's still saying, guess what? You know, this market wants to bounce before it wants to get down to the other end of this swing point. So it's going to be interesting watching this whole thing shake out, particularly because we'll talk about in a second how good old Congress is basically going to shut down. And they're still going to get paid. They're the only ones that are going to still get paid. There's a lot of people that are not going to get paid, but it's not going to be the Congress, men and women. Dow Industrials, that comes down to $125, $128, 15,129, and basically that's already a deep retracement. We went from a price point of the 15,709, we're down to 15,129. Now, NASDAQ refusing to back off. Composite is down $10. Bottom line, just refusing to back off. That composite wants to get up and over this 37.98, finish that ABC structure on the way out. And what the small caps actually did, the small caps actually got into positive territory by a small penny or so. What you'll see, the small caps also going to go after is 107.61. Gold contract. We look at gold. So we have a gold as this. GCC. Okay, so what gold did out here, price spread today, this is how it went. 1 second, let me find this. Sorry about that. Okay, so price spread, what we did out here today, we had a low of 1322, a high of 1353, we closed out at 1328. What you're doing here, folks, is you're building cars to get into the 1291. I expect you're actually going to get into somewhere around the 1258, 1236 level. And the reason, one of the largest reasons, by the way, let's go right over to the dollar. So picture this. Gold has had every shot to get higher this past 2 weeks. Why? Well, the dollar, folks, is trading at its lows. When I say its lows, lows for the last 6 months. Bottom line, dollar did reject lower price out here. We got to 80.11. You're at 80.31. You know, we'll see, bottom line, if the dollar can get some wide price spread accelerated volume going. But market-wise, bottom line is that those that June level on gold wants to get retested. Bonds. We take a look at the bond market. What we have out here with the bond market is this. She's trading right now at the 133.12, and what you can expect here, I suspect, is we're going to get another wide price spread, accelerated volume inside this deal. Bonds came off that bottom of 128. If we take a look at the 10-year right now, the 10-year is right at 2.60, and if we actually bring the 10-year up on a chart, TYZ3, what you're going to see in the 10-year doesn't need a whole bunch of push, folks. We're at 126 to get into this 130 area. And if that's in fact what we get, what you're going to see is you're going to see a very fast contraction of mortgage rates. It's already happened, but you'll see it even quicker. Why? Because we went from a 10-year 1.67, that was the peak, meaning the lowest yield there was, up to, I believe we maybe hit a 3 for, maybe a couple hours. Bottom line, you're back to 2.6, and the way this baby is setting up right now, it just looks to me that, hey, guess what? This wants to jump up into this 126 area, and that 126 is not a big deal. We just went from 122 to 126. I mean 130 area, and 126 to 130 is the same thing we just did the last 2.5 weeks. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Okay, so the government, is going to shut down tonight. And if you weren't around the last shutdown, folks, most of the time they happen pretty quick, meaning that because meaning they get back to work pretty quick. We'll see what ends up happening this time. But inside the shutdown, what you're going to see is that there's 2 million federal employees right now. 800,000 of them will be laid off. Inside of that, it's going to be the ones that get shut down just about totally is the EPA, the Interior, the Parks Department, the IRS. That's not bad. The IRS only, out of 94,000 people, they only keep 8,100 people. What does keep going is that the Energy Department keeps going. Of course, the Armed Forces keep going. There's a lot of things that keep going. Bottom line is that when push comes to shove, but guess what? The congressmen and women get paid. They probably should be the first ones to not get paid. That'll be the quickest way, I suspect. Yeah, that'd absolutely be the quickest way to basically get them to do their job. Some of the Dow stocks out. We had the IBM off 179. Citigroup was off 38. We had Boeing down 124. Oxy was down 92. Merck off 18 cents. You had Procter & Gamble down 162. Let's go over to PG for a second and take a look at Procter & Gamble. So Procter & Gamble, folks, well, look at this baby. Yep. Coming into a low against, you get expanded volume. Procter & Gamble is a classic, folks. If you want to just see how you come off a high with volume. It's been in a consolidation. The top of that consolidation is the 82 level. You're at the 75 level. And if we bring this back for a year, yeah, Procter & Gamble's got some problems. Big problems. This is absolutely a classic where they've been able to hold the stock up for a continual amount of time, get rid of the stock. And when I say continual amount of time, it's pretty intense, folks, because they've been holding the stock up since your first acceleration down was in April. And, for a 7-point consolidation, that's still not bad in order to these large funds to get out of a stock, to hold it up so that, bottom line, that they can get out and get the retail client in. If we take a look at the Procter & Gamble on a longer time frame, we're at 75 right now, 59. Now, you come back inside 75.18, that's going to be the false break top side, and we were up at that level, too, for 6 months. So it's a big number. If we go over to Walmart, we take a look at Walmart. Walmart is at 73.97. That also is making its way to try to break that large downdraft that Walmart had from 75.94 to 73, which was last Wednesday. And of course, they were going left and right, saying, no. We're just... What had happened, folks, is that they basically came out and they were cutting some inventories, and they were claiming that no, they're just getting the stock tree shelves. Bottom line, I suspect there's a little problem there. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. You had Bank of America down 10. Facebook was off $1. Let's see. Ford Motor was down 18. You stay right there, folks. Come right back.